Ever wondered how caricature sketches came into existence? Well, buckle up, as we're about to embark on a time machine ride back to their origins. Our journey begins in the vibrant heart of the 16th century Italy. The term caricature itself springs from the Italian caricare, which translates to load or exaggerate. It was during this time that artists began to dabble in the art of exaggeration, using their brushes and quills to twist reality into humorous and often biting portrayals of society. Caricature sketches were not merely for amusement, though. They served a more profound purpose. In an era where free speech was often curtailed, they were a bold form of satire and political commentary. Artists would distort the physical features of influential figures, highlighting their vices, virtues, and everything in between. These caricatures served as a mirror to society, reflecting back its follies and foibles in a form that was both palatable and potent. As we move forward in time, we find that the art of caricature sketching began to evolve and spread beyond the borders of Italy. By the 18th century, it had found a firm foothold in France and England. The sketches became more intricate, the satire sharper, and the public's appetite for these exaggerated portraits grew. Caricature sketches were no longer just a tool for political commentary, but had become a popular form of entertainment. In the modern era, the art of caricature sketching has blossomed, with artists pushing the boundaries of exaggeration and creativity. They've become a staple at carnivals and fairs, a favorite in newspapers and magazines, and even a popular gift choice. Despite the changes in style and technique over the centuries, the essence of caricature sketching remains the same. It's an art form that takes reality, stretches it, twists it, and presents it back to us in a way that makes us laugh, think, and see the world in a different light. So, the art of caricature sketching has a long and rich history, but how exactly are these humorous and exaggerated portraits created? Stay tuned to find out. Creating a caricature sketch might seem daunting, but with a few basic principles, you can start sketching your own caricatures in no time. At its core, caricature sketching is an art of observation, a delightful dance between the real and the exaggerated. The first step is to truly observe your subject and not just look at them. It's about identifying those unique features that make the person distinctive. It could be a high forehead, a pronounced jawline, or perhaps an infectious smile. It's these distinctive features that become your playground, the elements you exaggerate to create a captivating caricature. However, exaggeration is a double-edged sword. Go overboard, and you risk losing the resemblance, making your caricature unrecognizable. Underplay, and your caricature might end up looking too ordinary, too similar to a regular portrait. Striking a balance between exaggeration and resemblance is the key. That's the true essence of caricature sketching, creating a humorous yet recognizable representation of your subject. Remember, caricature sketching is not about mocking or ridiculing your subject. It's about capturing their essence in a fun and playful manner. It's about highlighting their unique features in a way that brings a smile to the viewer's face. It's about creating a piece of art that is as much a reflection of the subject's personality as it is of your own artistic interpretation. Also, it's important to note that caricature sketching is not just about the face. The body, the posture, even the background can be elements of exaggeration, adding another layer of depth and humor to your caricature. A hunched posture, a flamboyant gesture, or a quirky background can all be part of your caricature, making it more engaging and delightful. So, there you have it, the basics of caricature sketching. It's an art that demands keen observation, a knack for exaggeration, and a sense of humor. It's an art that allows you to play with reality, to create a piece that is as fun to create as it is to view. Now that we understand the basics, let's dive into the step-by-step process of creating a caricature sketch. Creating a caricature sketch starts with a simple line drawing. This is the foundation of your artwork, a bare-bones sketch that sets the stage for the detailed, exaggerated caricature to come. Now, the first step is choosing a subject. Your subject could be anyone from a celebrity to a close friend, or even yourself. The key is to pick someone with distinct features, as these will serve as the focal points of your caricature. Once you've chosen your subject, it's time to observe. Look closely at their features. What stands out? Is it their large, expressive eyes, their sharp, pointed nose? Or maybe it's their wide, infectious smile. Whatever it is, take note of it. These unique features will be the star of your caricature sketch. Now, with these observations in mind, let's start sketching. Begin with a basic outline of the face. Is it round, oval, square? Draw a shape that closely resembles your subject's face shape. This will serve as the canvas for your caricature. Next, lightly sketch the facial features. Start with the eyes, then the nose, mouth, and ears. Remember to keep it simple. These are just the basic outlines, the blueprints, if you will. We're not going into details just yet. As you sketch, remember to keep your lines light. We're still in the early stages of the sketch, and you'll likely need to make adjustments as you go along. So, keep your pencil strokes light and easy to erase. Also, don't forget about the hair. Sketch a simple outline of the hairstyle. Is it short and spiky, long and flowing, or maybe it's a unique style that adds to the character of your subject? Whatever it is, include it in your sketch. Finally, add the neck and shoulders to complete the basic outline of your caricature. Again, keep it simple. The details will come later. And there we have it. With the basic outline complete, we can start adding details and exaggeration. So, ready your pencils and let's dive into the world of caricature sketching. The next step in creating a caricature sketch is adding details and exaggeration. One of the most exciting aspects of caricature sketching is the opportunity to emphasize and exaggerate the subject's most distinctive features. This is where your creative intuition comes into play. You are the artist after all, and the world of caricature is your playground. But where to start? Well, it all begins with careful observation. Look for the features that make your subject unique. It could be their wide-set eyes, prominent nose, or a charming dimple on their cheek. These are the elements that you want to highlight in your sketch. But remember, it's not about mocking or distorting. It's about capturing the essence of the subject in a playful yet respectful way. Now let's talk about exaggeration. This is where caricature really comes to life. To exaggerate is to amplify, to magnify, to take those unique features we've identified and dial them up a notch or two. But how far is too far? That's the million-dollar question. You see, the art of caricature is a tightrope walk between exaggeration and resemblance. You want to push the boundaries, but not so far that your subject becomes unrecognizable. So how do you maintain this balance? It's all about harmony. Think of each feature as a voice in a choir. You want some voices to stand out, but not to the point where they drown out the others. Each feature should be exaggerated in a way that complements the other features. creating a harmonious and balanced overall image. As you add details and exaggerate features, make sure to constantly refer back to your original sketch. This will help you maintain a coherent and consistent style throughout your piece. And don't be afraid to make adjustments as you go. A great caricature sketch is not born out of a single stroke, but through a process of iteration and refinement. Now that we've added details and exaggeration, it's time to put the finishing touches on our caricature sketch. The final step in creating a caricature sketch is finishing the sketch with shading and details. But what does that mean exactly? Well, adds depth to your sketch. It's what takes a flat, two-dimensional image and gives it a three-dimensional feel. It's all about understanding light and how it interacts with the human face. Where does the light hit? Where does it cast shadows? These are the questions that guide your hand when you're shading. Then we have details. Details are the little things, the minor aspects that make your caricature unique. It could be a mole, a scar, a wrinkle, or even the texture of the skin. It's these tiny elements that give personality to your sketch, that make it come alive. It's all in the details, as they say. But here's the thing, adding shading details is not just about technical skills. It's also about your creative vision, your understanding of your subject, your interpretation of their features. That's why it's so important to practice and experiment. Practice helps you refine your technical skills, to understand how to use your tools, how to manipulate them to create the effects you want. But more than that, it helps you develop your eye to see details that others might miss, to understand how light and shadow work, how they shape the face, how they bring depth and life to your caricature. Experimentation, on the other hand, allows you to explore different techniques. It gives you the freedom to try new things, to make mistakes, to learn from them. It's through experimentation that you develop your unique caricature style, the style that sets you apart from other artists. So, don't be afraid to practice, to experiment. Embrace the process. Remember, every artist started where you are now. They made mistakes, they learned, they grew. And through it all, they developed their own unique style, their own unique voice. You can do the same, and there you have it, from history to finished product. That's the art and process of caricature sketching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting facts and insights in the world of art.